that a whole lot of the clinical trials that have been registered up in CTRI, more than 50% of them were from the Ayurveda sector. What does this really signify? It signifies that there is definitely a lot of interest in depending on the Ayurveda systems of medicine. We normally hear that the Ayurveda systems are 5,000 years old and it's already a time-tested medicine. Yes, it is, but we also find that its relevance is still very much intact even in today's world. We've seen that many solutions to the pandemic are also there in the Ayurveda systems. We've seen right from research to also standardization of the Ayush medicines have played a major role over the last decade. One thing that I can definitely tell you is that from Sri Tattva side, we've seen that we have a very solid footprint in the Latin American region. We've seen that our toothpaste, which is an Ayurveda-based one, is one of the leading toothpaste brands there in Argentina to date. We've seen that our school of Ayurveda, whether it's there in Argentina or also in Brazil, we see a whole lot of people wanting to come across and learn the system of medicine of Ayurveda and also imbibe it in one's life. Ayurveda and also the Ayush system, we've seen that it's not driven by a symptomatic sort of methodology, but attending to the root cause. So we've seen that the Ayush systems also attend to one's lifestyle. We've seen that a whole lot of lifestyle disorders like diabetes, hypertension, all these things have a lot to do with what our lifestyle is. While there is no cure for this, there's obviously a methodology to see that how we can attend to this. And that's where the Ayush systems, right from Ayurveda, yoga, have so many solutions to see that how we could take care of one's health and also lead a more healthy lifestyle. We've seen that the aspect of immunity, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, is a major talking point all across the world. And we've seen that through the Ayurveda systems, there are a lot of immunomodulatory products and also methodologies to see that how we could modulate one's immunity and thereby also taking care and staying healthy even during the pandemic time. So we've seen that right from whether it's the pandemic or whether it's the interest in the science of Ayurveda and the Ayurveda systems, a lot has changed over the last decade. The prejudice that used to be against this entire science is being lifted. We've seen that the Honorable Government of India, under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we've seen that there's a separate ministry for the Ayurveda systems over here. And this is something that's very, very encouraging. This also shows that the Ayurveda systems are also brought in the same level as any other system of medicine, and it is for the consumer to actually choose as to which system of medicine does he want to imbibe in his or her lifestyle. One more thing that I would like to make a mention over here for all my industry friends is that the entire world and especially the Latin American region is really wanting the science of life Ayurveda. But at the same time, from industry side, we need to see that the GMP standards are also taken care of. From Sri Tattva side, we are perhaps the first to also have the ANMAT GMP for Ayurveda and for Ayurveda products as medicines here from India. So what does that really show? That the moment industry takes the step to see that you need to recognize the system of medicine, I'm sure that the other regulatory bodies would also see benefit to see that how their population can also benefit from the system of medicine of Ayurveda or the Ayurveda systems. And apart from this, one more thing that what I feel that I would like to also make a mention to the Ministry of Ayush and also the Ministry of Commerce is to see that we champion the Ayush premium mark. The Ayush premium mark is something that's specifically for products for Ayush to be exported to other countries. So I would really request both the Ministry of Commerce and also the Ministry of Ayush to see that how Ayush systems can be included in a whole lot of FTAs that are signed by the government, and also to see that how the Ayush premium mark could be another mark that could be recognized in countries abroad. And last but not the least, I'd like to make a mention that the Ayush Export Promotion Council, which is being set up right now under the guidance of the Ministry of Ayush and also the Commerce Ministry here in India. It's going to be housed in FICCI. So I would certainly like to see that, and also request Dr. Sergio over here to see that how from the other side of the world, we could make the Ayush Export Promotion Council as a single window body to see that how whether it's in terms of registrations or in terms of permissions. This would be a facilitator to see that how the products and services would go across to the Latin American region.